Good morning. Today's topic is Ind AS 116 amendments. Okay, so there was some amendment made in Ind AS 16. Why amendment was made in Ind AS 16? Because of COVID. So what happened because of COVID? There was change in the agreement between the lessee and the lessor. Why there was a change in the agreement? Because India had to go for shutdown, partial or full shutdown. Imagine those people who have taken assets on lease. Their life was difficult. They have to pay lease, rental. But then they have said that since we don't have income, we are not in a position to pay the rent. So during this lockdown period, lease modifications have taken place. Right? Lease modification has taken place. But this standard was amended whereby, subject to certain conditions, the lessee does not have to apply lease modification accounting. He can continue with the normal accounting. Because if it is lease accounting, he'll have to use the revised discount rate from the date of modification. He will have to use the revised discount rate from the date of modification, and whatever you have learnt about modification will apply here. Whatever you have learnt about modification will apply here, but there is some relaxation given in terms of accounting if there was lease modification due to COVID where businesses were partially or fully shut down. So concessions were given to the lessee. What kind of concessions were given to the lessee? First type of concession is rent waiver. Means you don't have to pay rent for certain period because you have not earned anything. So knowing the hardship, the second could be rent reduction. Rent reduction is also possible. You were paying 1 lakh, now you have negotiated with the lessor, you will pay only 50,000, half. That is called rent reduction. You will pay but at a lower amount. Sometime you can have rent postponement also. What is rent postponement? Suppose this is my March, April, May. So instead of paying the rent here, you pay the rent in the month of November, December, January. So whatever you have to pay in November, you add the March figure also here. You are going to pay, but delayed the payment. Pay at a later stage. Sometime the lease period can be amended. You will say don't count these 3 months because it was complete lockdown. So rather we will increase the lease period here. We'll increase the lease period here. So you pay rental here and increase the lease period by 3 months. Or there can be change in the scope. Like this is a 5,000 square foot area. Because of lockdown, you say I don't require so much now. Now everybody works from home. Is it right? So we will just keep 2,000 now. Remaining 3,000, I don't want to keep. So this kind of modifications have happened in the industry, leasing business, because of the severe effect of the lockdown. Lease payment have been affected and the businesses are demanding rent concession from their vendor. Now the question arises as to how this rent concession will be accounted in the books of the lessee. Really speaking, this will be treated as lease modification because you are changing the terms and condition of the lease. changing lease period, changing the area scope, or even reducing the fixed rental amounts to modification. So ideally speaking, modification accounting should apply, but then some practical expedient was given by the institute. That means some simplified version of accounting is given. Instead of going for modification accounting, you can choose practical expedient. This is a extra choice given to you, which means if you want to apply modification accounting under 116, you can. Nobody is stopping you from that. But then you are given some practical expedient, some relaxation, and that is what we will see today. An amendment has been made, and the businesses don't have to treat this as a lease modification. That means you have two choices now, subject to some conditions, and this is only for a certain period. This relaxation is only for a certain period and subject to certain conditions. You have two choices now. You can apply lease modification accounting, what you have learned in Ind AS 116 so far, or you can take the help of practical expedient, but there are certain conditions attached to it. If below mentioned conditions are fulfilled, then we can treat rent concession without lease modification. Okay. So what are the important features of amendment? This you will have to remember, but this is very easy to understand. This amendment was made on 24th of July 2020. Is it right? 24th July 2020. Amendment is applicable to whom? Only lessee. Underline. This amendment is applicable only to lessee. Lessors are not covered by this amendment. Conditions for application of this amendment. So they have changed one paragraph 40, they have introduced one para 46B. Oh, long back in accounting standard also, there was para 46A, 46B for some exchange related transaction. It is not that, it is in Ind AS 116. Totally Indian creativity. Okay. So first condition is the change in the lease payment is in direct consequence of COVID-19 pandemic. So what is the reason for rent concession? COVID-19, Corona. Second is new lease payment aggregate should be equal to or less than original lease payment before such change is made. That means that is the sum total of new lease payment, sum total of new lease payment is less than or equal to sum total of original lease payment. Okay, you can just mention here subject to time value of money. Subject to time value of money. Like for example, you are supposed to pay on 1/4/2020 1 lakh rupees when the lockdown was at its peak, complete lockdown. You are not able to go out of your home also. Is it right? So what the lessee and lessor agreed, this amount will be paid on 1/4/2021. So it was postponed by 1 year, but then the lessor said, I want to charge 1,05,000 rupees because of time value of money. Then also this condition is satisfied, because if I discount it, it will come back to 1 lakh rupees. If I discount 1,05,000 by 5%, it will come back to 1 lakh rupees. Then also this condition is assumed to be satisfied. But if the lessor says, don't pay me now 1 lakh, but pay me 1,50,000 rupees after 1 year. Now that is not time value of money. That is a increase in the less rental. Condition is not satisfied. You can't apply practical expedient. Then you will apply modification accounting. Okay, so you will be given some question The rent was 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. Later on, they gave this concession. You can pay it after 1 year, but then you have to pay 40,000, 40,000, 40,000. This is not concession. You are paying more. This is not applicable. But if you are supposed to pay 20k, 20k, 20k only after 12 months, this April 20k you pay in next year, then May you pay next year, June you pay next year, same amount, then this condition is applied. Condition number 1, you have to check. This the student can check because it is based on numbers. Then second is the next point is third is reduction in lease payment affects payment due underline on or before 30th June 2021. Reduction affect lease rental which were due on or before 30th June. So suppose the rental reduction is made from 1/4/2021 for 1 year by 10%. Rent reduction was given for 1 year for the period from 1/4/2021 for 1 month, 1 year. That means this will cover up to 31st March 2022. This condition has failed. This condition has failed because you are going beyond 30th June 2021. So you have to keep a track of date also, that only rent concession given for period on or before 30th June will qualify for practical expedient. Other period will not. Next is condition number 4. Condition number 4 is no substantive change to other terms and condition of the lease agreement. No substantive change means no major change in other terms and condition. For example, if lease period is increased or decreased, this is substantive change, but one has to see. If suppose only 1 month period has increased, then it's okay. Materiality also has to be kept in mind, but if it was 3 year and you made it 5 year, then it is a substantive change. Okay, area from 2500 square feet, you made it 1500 square feet now. This is substantive change. From 2 floors, only 1 floor now. This is like a substantive change. So then this practical expedient para 46B is not applicable. You will apply lease modification as you have studied in Ind AS 116. So what are the 4 conditions we have to revise? First is due to COVID. This rent concession is due to COVID. The sum total of lease rental under new arrangement should be less than or equal to sum total of lease payment under old arrangement. Reduction should be for the period on or before 30th June. No substantive change in the terms and condition of the lease agreement. If all these 4 conditions are satisfied, all, then you are allowed to take the benefit of practical expedient in lease accounting. Otherwise, you will have to apply modification accounting. If any of the above condition is not satisfied, means you have to satisfy all 4, then change in the rental will be treated as lease modification and lease modification accounting will apply. So you will have to recalculate your lease liability using revised discount rate. Lease modification means what? You have to recalculate lease liability, LL, lease liability using revised discount rate and adjust the ROU asset. To the extent of change in lease liability, you will have to adjust the ROU asset. That is called lease modification accounting. If all the condition in para 46B are satisfied, then the lessee has a choice. If your conditions are satisfied, you get a choice. Choice number one, treat it as a lease modification only. If you want to treat it as a lease modification under 116, welcome. Continue to do that. Or second is apply the practical expedient. Apply the practical expedient. Practical expedient, what is practical expedient? Now you see. Para 7, important. If you want to apply practical expedient, there are two possibilities. For waiver or reduction in rent, for waiver or reduction in rent without any recovery. Without any recovery. What does that mean? Suppose this is April, May, June, till next year March. You are supposed to pay 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Waiver means you don't have to pay this 1 lakh. Other 9 payments will continue. Other 9 payments will continue without any change in other payments. Reduction means you have to pay 50K, 50K, 50K during this period. Others will continue as it is. So that means whatever concession it is giving here or here, they are not going to recover it by increasing the rent in the later period. That is called without any recovery. So it's like a permanent benefit given to the lessee. So it's a gain for the lessee. It is a gain for the lessee. So what the lessee will do? Lessee will, instead of paying, normally what entry we have written? Lease liability to bank when we make the payment. But here my liability has reduced to the extent of waiver or reduction. But you have not made the payment. It's again entry lease liability to P&L account to the extent of lease liability waived or reduced. What about that right of use asset? Right of use asset will be tested for impairment because the fact that there is a lockdown, your business has shut down, has been shut down, there is no production, no sale happening. What is the indication? There may be impairment. If there is, this is an indication of impairment. Shutdown of a business, lockdown is an indication of impairment. So what we do when there is an indication of impairment? We do impairment testing. We will calculate recoverable amount, compare it with the carrying amount. And if recoverable amount is less than carrying amount, we will provide for impairment loss. We will provide for impairment loss. That is what is the meaning of this line. Then for waiver or reduction in lease rental with recovery. With recovery means only delay will happen, but recovery will be made. So for example, this is April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, up to March. Rent was 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh in all these months. The lessor says you don't pay these 1 lakh here. But in the last 3 months, over here, you pay 2 lakh, last 3 months. So this 1 lakh you pay in January. This May 1 lakh you pay in February. This June you pay in March. So I am giving you that relaxation. You can pay later. Or maybe this 3 lakh rupees, they can spread over remaining 9 months, whatever is that. No waiver, only you are allowed to pay little later. Then in that case, they are saying ultimately you have to pay. There is no reduction in lease liability, no treatment. No treatment, because later on you'll pay the higher amount, and when you'll pay the higher amount, automatically the account will close down. Okay, so right of use asset again is tested for impairment. Right of use asset will again be tested for impairment. The logic is same. The business has shut down. Okay, many businesses, as you know, have closed down because of this. So therefore, right of use asset will be tested for impairment. And one more point, write down. Can the company apply for lease modification? You are asking a useless question. Ask me why. Because I have already told you, you have two options. Did I not say that 3 times today? This is 4th time, okay? Keep a count. I am telling you from the very beginning when I started today, you have two choices. If you want to apply modification accounting, in all these example you apply modification accounting. I am giving you relaxation if you satisfy 4 conditions. If you want to opt for it, opt for it. If you don't want, don't opt for it. Keep the account. 4th time I have explained. Okay, so right of use asset will be tested for impairment, and then you will say finance cost will be calculated, or finance cost will be provided as per original lease liability sheet. Original lease liability sheet. What is original lease liability sheet? Lease liability sheet is prepared usually opening balance, finance cost, rental, closing balance. So whatever you have calculated originally in that lease liability sheet, same finance cost you provide every year. So what will happen? In the last year, your account will close down. If you change the finance cost, it may not close down. Okay. Then this standard or this amendment requires you to give disclosures also. These disclosures are related to this practical expedient amendment, not in general. General disclosures are given in Ind AS 116. If an entity has applied practical expedient, then you have to disclose in your notes that the company has applied practical expedient as per para 46A. There are two paragraphs, 46A and 46B. Both together will make this amendment. And second thing, you have to disclose the amount recognized in P&L account for the reporting period to reflect changes in lease payment that arise from rent concession to which the lessee has applied the practical expedient. To which the lessee has applied the practical expedient. Is it right now? So you have to disclose how much amount was recognized in P&L account. When will the amount come in P&L account? When there is a waiver or reduction. So you have to disclose it separately that this credit in P&L account is due to waiver or reduction in lease payment, and the entity has taken practical expedient. Dear student, please come to question number 75. A Limited obtain on lease a building for 3 years. Please pay attention. Do not repeat a query which has already been explained. A Limited obtained on lease a building for 3 years. Agreed rentals are 1 lakh per annum payable in arrears. Date of lease inception is 1/4/19. So your question will give you date around this period only. 19, 20, 21, 22. Is it right? Then you have to pay in 3 installments. 31st March 20, 31st March 21, and 31st March 20. 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh you have to pay. Discount rate is 10%. Journalize on 1/4/19 in the books of lessee. This is a problem for the next question. This is, we are creating a background for the next question. Only tell me what entry will you pass here. This is not practical experience, this is normal. But this is in the next question will be continuity of this. So I need some number. Yes, come on. Raw asset account debit. Very good. So you'll have to discount it. How will you discount it? You will take 1 lakh rupees into present value annuity factor 10% and 3 years. So that is 1 lakh into 2 point, how much? 486. Let us say 2.486. So 248,600 and your entry will be raw asset account debit to lease liability 248,600. You got 100 marks for giving this answer. Write down. Calculation of lease liability. Calculation of lease liability is equal to 1 lakh into PV annuity factor in bracket 10% comma 3 year is equal to 1 lakh into 2.486. 248,600. Journal entry ROU asset account debit ROU asset account debit 248,600 to lease liability 248,600 being lease asset and lease liability recorded, being raw asset and lease liability recorded. So this is my balance in asset account, liability account. Now why that question was given? Because the next question is based on that. Question 76. In our notes, question number 76. Continuing with the above question, by 31st March 2020, COVID-19 has affected lessee. Oh. So first condition is COVID. Rent concession must be due to COVID. Condition number 1 satisfied. Lessee and lessor agreed. Case A. Case A. This means you have to solve it 5 times. And 5 different possibilities will be covered. Lessor agreed to waive rupees 1 lakh. Rental in full due on 31st March 2020. Then lessor agreed to waive rupees 1 lakh due on 31st March 2020 and 31st March 2021. Both year. Lessor agreed to waive 50,000 rent due on 31st March 2020, 21 and 22. 22 is also there. So here the conditions were getting satisfied because it is due to COVID. Rent reduction is for the period up to 30th June 2021. First and second, there is reduction in rent. That means total rent under new arrangement is less than old arrangement. And there is no substantial change in the lease arrangement. There is no substantive change in the lease arrangement. But here there is a problem. Can you see the problem here? They are also waiving the rent on 31st March. It is beyond 30th June 21. Here practical expedient cannot be applied. Practical expedient cannot be applied. But the question says you have to waive after, this question gives a lessee waiver after 30th June. So you have to apply modification accounting only here. Modification accounting only. Whereas in these two cases, first and second, you have a choice. Fifth time I have told you. You have a choice. Either you can apply practical expedient or modification accounting. Okay. Lessor agreed to waive 20,000 on 31st March 2020 and 31st March 2021, which will be recovered on 31st March 2022. How much he will recover? 40,000 will be extra amount recovered on 31st March 2022. Is it right? So it means waiver of 20 and 20, 40. And that is before the period 30th June 2021. So your total rent does not change. True or false? Total rent does not change. True or false? Hello, true or false? True, because reduction of 20, 20, and you add 40 in the last installment. The total rent does not change. And is the reduction for the period before 30th June 21? Yes. Is there any substantive change? No. You have two choices here. Practical expedient or lease modification. Last one. Lessor agreed to waive 20,000 on 31st March 2020 and 2021. So total reduction 40,000, but lessee will have to pay 50,000 extra. He has to pay 10,000 rupees more. So total rental under new arrangement is greater than total rental under original arrangement. And this 10,000 is not just time value of money. On 20,000 rupees, even if I pay interest for 1 year, it is suppose 10%, 2,000 rupees. Another 2,000 rupees. So maybe the time value of money will be 4 or 5,000, but you are charging 10,000 rupees. So therefore, in case number E also, only modification accounting will apply. Here practical expedient cannot be applied. So in two cases, C and E, you cannot take the benefit of practical expedient. In A, B and D, two choices. You can take practical expedient if you want, or you can use modification accounting. So how will you present the answer? Write down in the form of a table. These are 4 conditions, and if the answer is tick, 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 all 4 are tick, 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 then practical expedient can be applied. So we'll write down a table, write down, heading, write down, check whether practical expedient can be applied. What is the heading of the table? Check whether practical expedient can be applied. After writing this heading, you draw this table. Case number, first condition is it due to COVID? Is it due to COVID? Second is sum of new lease rental is less than or equal to original lease rental. Is less than or equal to original lease rental. Next is reduction up to 30th June 2021, lease rental reduction is only up to 30th June 2021. And the fourth condition is no substantial change in terms and condition. In terms and conditions. No substantial change in terms and conditions. You can prepare in this format or any other format. This is like a checklist for you. So case number A, question should be in front of you. Question number A was, it is due to COVID, yes. Take mark, yes. Then, is the sum total of new lease rental below the original? Yes. 1 lakh is fully waived. Reduction is related to period up to 30th June? Yes. No substantial change. Assume satisfied, because the question is not clear on that issue. So you have to assume there is no substantial change. So you can take yes, 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 yes. Now try next one. Again, same copy. Assume satisfied. See, there is a problem. It is due to COVID. There is a reduction in lease rental also, but it is not related to period up to 30th June. It goes into 31st March 22 also. So this condition has failed. If one of these conditions failed, last column becomes irrelevant, whether satisfied or don't satisfied, whether satisfied or don't satisfied. The moment any of this column becomes no, not satisfied, you don't have to check the other conditions also. Is it right? You don't have to check other conditions. Let us see point number D. There is a COVID, yes. Sum total of new lease rental is less than or equal to old, yes. Reduction is for the period up to 30th June, yes. Say yes or no? Yes. And then the last condition, assume satisfied, because the problem does not give you any other hint. So now point number E, COVID, yes. Some of the new lease rental, oh my god, this is not satisfied, because they are charging 10,000 rupees more. And reduction up to 30th June, as I said, the moment you get a cross sign, subsequent column you don't have to test. Is it right? So now write down the final conclusion. This type of questions have been asked in one recent exam. In case A, B and D, in case A, B and D, the entity can apply lease modification or practical expedient You have a choice in which three cases, A, B and D, and you don't have a choice in two cases. In case number C and E, apply modification accounting. Then there is a last line in your question. Come to question, last line. The last line of the question says prepare ledger account for case B and case D. Case B and case D. B and D. So these two cases, they have asked us to prepare the ledger. Is it right? So first write down case B. In your notebook, continue case B. Next line, RAW asset. Next line, RAW asset. Come on, RAW asset. So first I will prepare RAW asset. RAW asset accounting will remain same whether it is case number B or case number D. RAW asset account is going to remain same because we will assume practical expedient. That is why we are discussing this topic. Is it right? How will practical experience be applied by the company? Raw asset will not be affected. Only you have to test it for impairment. Impairment data is not given. Raw asset account, debit side, to lease liability calculated in previous question, 248,600. And you just need to provide depreciation over 3-year period by depreciation divided by 3 equal to 82,867. 82,867. Come on, buy balance carried down. Student will answer, buy balance carried down. Yes, all of you sitting here. 165,733. 165,733. Next line. To balance brought down. To balance brought down 165,733 by depreciation 82,867 again. By balance carried down. By balance carried down 82,866. Next year 1/4/2021 to balance brought down 82,866, and you close it by writing by depreciation 82,866. This is how raw asset will be prepared. Note here, raw asset will remain same in case D also. Raw asset will remain same in case D also. So I will not waste your time in preparing raw asset in case D. But lease liability will change because in case number B, there is a waiver for 2 years, whereas in case number D, there is a reduction in lease rental in the first and second year, which was recovered in the last year. Is it right? Yes. So write down lease liability. Case B, lease liability. Case B, lease liability account. Date particular rupees. Date particular rupees. Format is same. Buy raw asset. 1,419. Come on. 1,419. 248,600. And you will provide finance cost as usual. Buy finance cost 10%. 10% will be 24,860. And do you have a waiver in the first year? Yes. So first year and second year both are waiver. So instead of writing two bank account, you write down two P&L account. Two P&L account. Come on. 1 lakh. 1 lakh. To P&L account 1 lakh. To balance carried down 173,460. Come on, next year 1/4/2020. Buy balance brought down 173,460. You will provide finance cost as usual. Buy finance cost 10% of 173,460. 173,460 to P&L account. To P&L account. Is it 1 lakh? To balance carried down 90,806. Third year. So there are two waivers. There are two waivers. If suppose you have to solve case A in the question, then only the waiver will be first year. Okay. Second year you will write to bank. Third year now. Finance cost will be balancing figure. How much you have to pay? How much you have to pay? 1 lakh. You have to pay 1 lakh. So 1 lakh minus 90,806. Finance cost balancing figure. This way you will complete the lease liability. What will be the difference between case A and case B? In case A, the second figure will be to bank here. Remaining answer will be same. So do homework today. prepare lease liability account, right? Homework here. Prepare lease liability account for case A. Prepare lease liability account for case A. Done. Then we'll go to case D. So case B I have done, case D I am doing, case A you will do as homework, and other two cases you will apply modification accounting that was taught to you in the normal Ind AS 116 chapter. Is it right? So please write lease liability account. Lease liability account 1419 by Rao Asset. Rao. How much was that? 248,600 by bank by finance cost 24860. No problem. Look at the question, point number D. It says that agreed to waive 20,000 in first and second year and recovered in last year. So to bank you will not write 1 lakh. You will write 80,000 and you will not transfer to P&L account because the amount is not waived. Amount will be recovered. So where is the gain? If I ask you don't pay me today, you pay me tomorrow, that is not your gain. To balance carried down. To balance carried down 193,460. Come on, next year opening balance. Please write down. By balance brought down. Wait. Now there is a accident spot here. Accident spot. Danger. Okay. Bhoot. This is ghost. Danger sign. What is the danger here? The student will write 10% of this figure. But you have to write the same finance cost as per original liability sheet. So what was the finance cost in the original liability sheet? 17,346. Oh. So have you drawn this ghost symbol? I have given you a note that finance cost will be provided as per the original liability sheet. So you will go to previous lease liability, case B ledger, and finance cost you copy from there. Then you have to continuously pay attention. Then only you will understand what is happening in the classroom. To bank, write down 80,000 again. And to balance carried down. To balance carried down. Try again. To balance carried down, how much you are getting? 1,30,806. Yes? Yes. Next year, by balance brought down 130,806. What about the finance cost? Copy from case B. Case B finance cost of third year was how much? Same number you will copy. Bracket write down same as case B. Same as case B. And how much you are supposed to pay this year? Not 1 lakh. 1 lakh plus 40,000, which was waived, which was delayed. Okay, which was delayed. It was now it will be recovered. Now it will be recovered. So you will write to bank 1,40,000. 1 lakh you have to pay for the current year and 20 plus 20 for past years. Now you will see your account will automatically close now. So take the finance cost of earlier years or the original liability sheet. So this relaxation is given for some time. Is it right? Now write down two notes. Note number one, write finance cost will remain same as per original calculation. Finance cost will remain same as per original calculation. And note 2, raw asset will be tested for impairment. Raw asset will be, come on, tested for impairment. Raw asset will be tested for impairment. Done. Question number 77 now. Lessor L, who is this person L? He is a lessor. Practical expedient is not applicable to lessor. Hello Ji. Practical expedient is not applicable to lessor. That is where they are testing you. Okay. Student will write practical expedient will apply this and that. But one thing you are missing, this practical expedient is not applicable for lessor. So he will not apply. He will apply normal accounting, which you have already learned. Lessor leases retail space to lessee Z and classifies the lease as an operating lease. So this is operating lease. Simple. The lease includes fixed lease payment of 10,000 per month. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, L and Z, lessor, lessee, agree on a rent concession that allows Z to pay no rent in the period from July 2020 to September 2020, but to pay rent of 20,000 per month in the period from January to March. So what has happened? Instead of paying in July's, August, September 10k, 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 you have to pay in January, February, March 2020. There is no other change in the lease. There is no other change in the lease. How will be this accounted for by lessor? As usual, he will follow operating accounting rules. Total lease rental will be straight lined. Total lease rental will be straight lined. Okay, so he will calculate total rental from July till March divided by number of months, and that will be straight lined. So the answer write down. They should have asked question in the books of lessee. Lessee has two choices. He can use practical expedient or apply modification accounting. Is it right? L determines that the reduction in lease payment. So write down the answer. Useless question. L determines that the reduction in lease payment in July 2020 to September 2020 and proportionate increase in January 2021 to March 2021 does not result in an overall change overall change in the consideration for the lease does not result in an overall change in the consideration for the lease. L does not account for the change. L does not account for the change as a lease modification. L does not account for the change as a lease modification. L continues to recognize who is L here? Lessor. L continues to recognize L continues to recognize operating lease income on a straight line basis which is representative of the pattern in which Jets benefit from use of underlying asset. Jets benefit from the use of underlying asset is diminished. Jets benefit from the use of underlying asset is diminished. Okay, is diminished. Next question, 78. Now in this question, suppose from lessee's point of view, let us see, can we take the benefit of practical expedient? Is it due to COVID? Yes. What was the second thing? Sum of new lease rental is less than or equal to sum of old lease rental. So you will say yes, because they've only shifted it to another month. Third was reduction relates to before 30th June 21. Yes, because he has only waived for up to September 2020, July, August, September 2020, and no substantial change. You can write this also. Suppose in your exam, they just change the question. One word they will change. They will say, how will this be accounted by lessee instead of lessor? So you will say no substantial change. Yes. So write down. Same question I am changing from lessee's point of view. Write down condition number 1. You will write like this in the exam also if you want, no problem. Condition number 1. Is it due to COVID-19? Yes. Condition number 2. Sum of new lease rental is less than or equal to sum of old lease rental. Yes. Say yes. Third, write down. Reduction relates to period prior to 30th June 2021. Reduction relates to period prior to 30th June 21. Yes. Fourth, condition number 4. No substantial change. In terms and condition. Yes. No substantial change in terms and condition. Note. I will dictate the note. The lessee can apply lease modification or practical expedient. The lessee can apply lease modification or practical expedient. Question number 78 now. Lessor M enters into a 10-year lease of office space with lessee K, which commences on 1/4/2015. The rental payments are 15,000 per month, payable in arrears. M classifies the lease as an operating lease. Oh, operating lease is easy. M reimburses K's relocation cost of 6 lakh, which M accounts for as a lease incentive. No problem. The lease incentive is recognized as a reduction in rental income over the lease term. Underline this lease incentive they have given to the lessee, and this is amortized over the lease term using the same basis as for lease income, in this case on a straight line basis over 10 years. So what is the agreement? First understand original agreement. Up to this which I am putting in a box is original agreement. Lessee will pay 15,000 per month, and in order to encourage the lessee to take the asset on lease, the lessor has paid their relocation cost of 6 lakh rupees. And how the accounting is done, the 6 lakh is also transferred to P&L account in the same way as the lease income is transferred. So there will be a matching of revenue and cost. Now what happened on 1st April 2020? During COVID-19 pandemic, M agrees to waive K's rental payment for May, June, July. Is it right? May, June, July. But who has waived? Lessor has waived. The decrease in consideration is not included in the original terms and condition of the lease, and therefore is a lease modification. But the question is, how will this be accounted by the lessor? How this will be accounted by the lessor? So what the lessor is going to do, it will recalculate the remaining lease rental and spread it over the remaining period. So write down the answer. But this question is for lessor, so no question of practical expedient here. So you will write down M accounts for this modification. M accounts for this modification as a new operating lease. So what he will do, he will calculate from this point onwards 1/4/2020 till the maturity, what is your total rental receivable, and divide by number of months, and he will recognize proportionately. M Limited accounts for this modification as a new operating lease. From its effective date, 1st April 2020. From its effective date, 1st April 2020, M recognizes the impact of the waiver. On a straight line basis over the 5-year term of the new lease. So what you are going to do now, you will calculate now what is total rental receivable under new arrangement and divide by 60 months, then you will get the amount you will recognize per month now. So automatically that waiver effect has got spread over 60 months. Is it right? Same thing for the carrying amount of the unamortized lease incentive. Is it right? Because that lease incentive of 6 lakh rupees, you were amortizing over 10 years, 5 years are over, so 3 lakh is pending. 5 years are over, so 3 lakh is pending. So that 3 lakh rupees will also be straight lined over the 5-year term. Write down. Even that balance in lease incentive account will be amortized over the 5-year term of new lease. Full answer you have to write. Noted. M Limited also takes into account the carrying amount of the unamortized lease incentive on 1st April 2020 of rupees 3 lakh M amortizes this balance on a straight line basis over the 5-year term of the new lease. What about lessee? From lessee's point of view, can the lessee apply practical expedient? So first, is it due to COVID? Somewhere is it mentioned COVID? Yes. Second, sum of new lease rental is less than or equal to sum of old lease rental. Yes or no? Yes, because you are getting actually waiver. So it is lower. Before, lease reduction is before. Lease reduction is for period before 30th June 21. You will say yes. And fourth, no substantial change in terms and condition, in T and C, terms and condition. This condition is also satisfied. So you write down the same comment which I have written in previous problem. The lessee can apply either practical expedient or lease modification accounting. The lessee can apply either practical expedient or lease modification accounting. Maybe in your exam, who knows, they will change the last line and say from lessee's point of view. So this way you have to evaluate now. Understood? We'll go to next question immediately. Question number 79. These all questions are taken from your study material. Yes. Ready? Can we go to 79? Modification that is not a separate lease and lease would have been classified as an operating lease. Let us see what is this new case study now. Lessor L enters into 8-year lease of 40 lorries with lessee M that commences on 1st January 2018. So the show began on 1st January 2018. The lease term approximates the lorry's economic life. That means originally it is a finance lease. Why? Lease term and economic life are substantially the same. So from lessor's point of view, it is a finance lease. Agreed. And no other features indicate that the lease transfer or does not transfer substantially all the risk and reward incident to the ownership of the lorries. Assuming that substantially all risk reward incidental to ownership is transferred, the lessor classifies the lease as a finance lease. Even if this paragraph is removed, this first paragraph gives you enough hint to be called it as a finance lease. Now, during COVID-19 pandemic, tang, 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 M's business was contracted. M is the lessee. Business is contracted because there is lockdown. Where we will run the truck? Yes or no? In June 2020, L&M agreed to amend the contract so that it now terminates on 31st December. Where are we standing right now? 1st June or June 2020. And the contract will now terminate on 31st December 2020 only. Whereas the original term was 118 for 8 years, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So original term was that it will expire on 31/12/25, but now they have agreed that it will terminate on 31st December 2020 only. So is it wise to call it as a finance lease? Can we still call it as a finance lease due to change in terms and condition? Look at from lessor's point of view. No, because from June 2020, if you see, the economic life left is still 5.5 years. 5.5 years, but the lease term after change in terms and condition is only 6 months. 6 months is not equal to 5.5 years substantially. So this time, first time in your life you will do, the lessor will change the classification of the lease from finance lease to operating lease. He will again bring the asset in his book. Earlier when it was finance lease receivable was there. Now lease receivable will be derecognized, lorry will be recognized. Understood the story? Early termination was not part of the original terms and condition of the lease, and this is therefore a lease modification. The modification does not grant M an additional right to use the underlying asset and therefore would be accounted as a separate lease. Are they giving me question or the answer? Partly answer is also there. This is from lessor's point of view, it is lease modification. It does not grant M an additional right to use the underlying asset and therefore cannot be accounted as a separate lease. Lease will be the same, but its classification will change now because one is to always apply substance over form. Originally it was finance lease, but due to change in terms and condition, now it will be accounted as operating lease. So write down the answer. L determines that had the modified terms been effective at the inception date, been effective at the inception date, the lease term, the lease term would not have been same, would not have been, would not have been for the major part, would not have been for the major part of the lorry's economic life, would not have been for the major part of the lorry's economic life. Furthermore, furthermore, there are no other indicators that there are no other indicators that the lease would have the lease would have transferred substantially the lease would have transferred substantially all of the risk and reward the lease would have transferred substantially all of the risk and reward incidental to incidental to ownership of the lorries incidental to ownership of the lorries, because that is mentioned in the problem that there is no surety whether substantial risk and reward is transferred. Therefore, the lease would have been classified as therefore the lease would have been classified as an operating lease. The lease would have been classified as an operating lease. Now write down in June 2020 L accounts for the modified lease L accounts for the modified lease as a new operating lease as a new operating lease. L accounts for the modified lease as a new operating lease. New operating lease. The lessor L. So what he will do in his book, finance lease receivable is appearing. That will be derecognized now. Am I right? Because when you call finance lease, you call the amount receivable as lease receivable. But when you call it operating lease, you show the asset in the book. So derecognizes the finance lease receivable. Derecognizes the finance lease receivable and recognizes the underlying asset in its balance sheet according to the nature of the underlying asset. According to the nature of the underlying asset. That is PPE in this case. And measures what will be the amount of this underlying asset. What was your net investment in the lease appearing in your books before the modification? That means the amount that was appearing as lease receivable will become now the cost of or the carrying amount of underlying asset. So the entry will be PPE account debit to lease receivable, and the balance in lease receivable account will be transferred to PPE account. Yes or no? Measures the aggregate carrying amount of the underlying asset. Measures the aggregate carrying amount of the underlying asset as the amount of the net investment as the amount of the net investment in the lease as the amount of the net investment in the lease immediately before the effective date of the lease modification. Immediately before the effective date of the lease modification. Is it right? Say yes. What about the lessee? What about the lessee? Can he take the benefit of practical expedient? Why no? There is a substantial change in the lease contract. So write down from the lessee's point of view, the benefit of practical expedient, I am dictating. From the lessee's point of view, the benefit of practical expedient is not available because there has been substantial change to the terms and conditions of lease agreement. Because there has been substantive change to the terms and conditions of lease agreement. Is it right? Reducing from, let us say, 8 year to 2.5 year is a substantive change in the terms and condition of the lease agreement. Question number 80. Retailer Q leases a store in a large retail mall. Rent payable is rupees 1 lakh per month. As a result of COVID-19, one condition satisfied, Q agrees with the lessor to defer the rent originally due in the month April to June 2020. So there is a deferment. We have to see when it will be paid and how much it will be paid. Originally he was supposed to pay 1 lakh, but because it is deferring, as a part of the agreement, the rent for period January to March will be increased by 1,10,000 per month. So the payment you are supposed to make in April, you are going to pay in January. If you are going to pay 1 lakh here, you have to pay 1,10,000 here. And what it says, which compensates the lessor for the deferred rent as adjusted for the time value of money. Yeah, total will be 2,10,000. This is, I am just telling you, instead of paying 1 lakh here, same amount will be paid in January, 1,10,000. Whatever is payable for January will be paid. This will be deferred to this point, but with interest, which compensates for time value of money. Whether the rent deferral is eligible for practical expedience if other conditions are satisfied. So these are some FAQ asked from the institute by members, and then the institute has replied, if the difference is only due to time value of money, assuming all other conditions are satisfied, then also assume this practical expedient will apply. So write down the answer, just few lines. The rent deferral satisfies the criteria to apply the practical expedient, because this kind of queries will be asked by members, and the institute has given this reply that if the increase was only to compensate for time value of money, then it is okay. Because one, it is a rent concession occurring as a direct consequence of the pandemic. Rent concession occurring as a direct consequence of the pandemic, or you can write a rent concession is due to COVID-19. If that sentence is complicated, you can say it is a rent concession due to COVID-19. Okay. Then second point, which is a new point for us, increase in rental during January 2021 to March 2021 compensates for the time value of money. Compensates for the time value of money. Compensates for the time value of money. Third, write down rent deferral. Rent deferral reduces lease payments originally. Rent deferrals reduces lease payment originally due on or before due on or before 30th June 2021. Due on or before 30th June 2021. And write down there is no substantive change. There is no substantive change. There is no substantive change to the other terms and condition. There is no substantive change to the other terms and condition. Hence, Q considers applying the practical expedient. Hence, Q considers applying the practical expedient. You can write in your own words also. Next, question number 81. Question number 81. Consider only payment that were originally due on or before 30th June 2021. This is the heading. Lessee P operates a chain of restaurant and leases several outlets. As a result of COVID-19 pandemic, P agrees a rent deferral with the lessor. Under the terms of the rent deferral, rent originally due up to the period, now this underline July 2020 to December 2020. Is it before 30th June 2021? Yes. Will be added to the rent due in the period July 2021 to December 2021. No problem. The reduction or deferral is for the period before 30th June 2021. Whether the rent deferral is eligible for practical expedient if other conditions are met. Okay, so write down the answer. Same answer. Same answer. The only difference is this time there is no time value of money. Whereas in the previous question, the lessor said kindly compensate me for time value of money. Okay, this time he's not asking extra amount also. He's only saying you can pay me later the same amount. Same answer you have to write, just we'll change few words. The rent deferral satisfies the criteria to apply. Rent deferral satisfies the criteria to apply the practical expedient. Because it is a rent concession because it is a rent concession occurring as a direct consequence of the pandemic. It is a rent concession occurring as a direct consequence of the pandemic. Occurring as a direct consequence of the pandemic. Is it right? Second, write down recovery of rentals. This line we have changed. This line we have changed. Recovery of rental during 2021 to December 2021 is substantially the same as or less than the consideration for the lease immediately preceding the change. Consideration for the lease immediately preceding the change. Third point, write down rent deferral reduces lease payment. Rent deferral reduces lease payment originally due on or before 30th June 2021. Originally due on or before 30th June 2021. 4. There is no substantive change to the other terms and conditions of the lease. There is no substantive change to the other terms and conditions of the lease. There is no substantive change to the other terms and conditions of the lease. Is it right? Say yes. Yes. And 5, write down. Therefore, P concludes that the lease rental deferral meets the payment due eligibility criteria. Rent deferral meets the payment due eligibility criteria. Even if you don't write this 5th point, it's okay because already here we have written the point. So point number 5 you can skip. We'll go to question number 82. Oh, small question. Lessee T leases office building from lessor. As a result of COVID-19 pandemic, so one condition is satisfied. In September 2020, T agrees a rent concession with the lessor under which monthly rent will be reduced by, understand, 50% per month for 12 months commencing from 1st October 2020. So it will go up to 30th September 2021. Yes or no? But your deadline in the guideline given by institute is 30th June 21. It is beyond 30th June 2021. Whether rent deferral is eligible for practical expedient. So write down just 2-3 lines only. The rent deferral does not satisfy. The rent deferral does not satisfy. The rent deferral does not satisfy the criteria to apply. The criteria to apply The practical expedient. The criteria to apply the practical expedient, because out of the listed eligibility criteria, given in para 46b, of Ind AS 116, given in para 46b of Ind AS 116, the rent deferral reduces lease payment. Rent deferral reduces lease payment starting from October 2020, and reduction will continue till September 2021, which is beyond 30th June, which is beyond 30th June 2021, Therefore, T Limited cannot apply practical expedient. Therefore, T Limited cannot apply practical expedient. That was a very simple question, but the student has to remember that date, 30th June 2021. Question number 83. A lessee is granted a rent concession by the lessor whereby the lease payment for the period April 2020 to June 2020 are deferred. This is okay. 3 months are added at the end of the lease term at the same monthly rent, and the lessee repays the deferred rent during those additional months. So here the difference is, instead of adding the amount in the last 3 months, they have extended by 3 months. Lease period is extended by 3 months. Now, whether extension of lease period by 3 months is a substantive change, that is the issue. Rent concession is a direct consequence of COVID-19. Whether the rent deferral is eligible for practical expedient. In the earlier problem, numbers amount was only adjusted here and there. Now they said don't pay in April, May, June. Rather, I will increase your lease term by 3 months, and this amount you can pay here like this. But there is a change in lease term by 3 months. Whether it is a substantive change is again a matter of judgment now, because the standard has not specified what is substantive. So write down the answer. We will assume it is not substantive. And therefore we can apply practical expedient. Write a note. There is a change in lease term. Dash an extension by 3 months. There is an extension by 3 months. There is no explicit guidance. On what is considered as substantive. There is no explicit guidance on what is considered as substantive. Judgment will need to be applied. Considering both qualitative and quantitative factors. considering both qualitative and quantitative factors, the lessee assesses that 3 month extension 3 month extension at the end of the lease term at the end of the lease term with substantially the same lease payment with substantially the same lease payment would not constitute come on, a substantive change, would not constitute a substantive change, would not constitute a substantive change. Since the rent concession is a direct consequence of COVID-19, rent concession is a direct consequence of COVID-19, and all other conditions and all other conditions are satisfied and all other conditions are met and all other conditions are met, lessee is eligible for application of practical expedient. Lessee is eligible for application of practical expedient. Lessee is eligible for application of practical expedient. Is it right? Now write down question number 84. Lessee Z enters into a lease contract with lessor L to lease 1500 square meter of retail space for 5 years. So this time they are also commenting on area. The lease commenced on 1st April 18 and the lease payment are 1 lakh rupees payable quarterly in advance on 1st April, 1st July, 1st October and 1st January. Z's incremental borrowing rate is 5%. There are no other initial direct cost, lease incentive or dismantling cost. Z's business is severely affected by COVID-19 pandemic and L and Z negotiate a rent concession. On 1st June 2020, L agrees to provide Z with an unconditional rent concession that allows Z to forego payment of its rent due on 1st July. That is the forgiveness. L forgives Z the rent payment of 1 lakh on 1st July 2020. What will be the accounting treatment in the books of the lessee for rent concession, assuming that it is eligible for practical expedient? What will be the accounting treatment they are asking you? And assuming that it is eligible for practical expedient. So the question is not whether practical expedient can be applied. It is eligible. Accounting treatment. So the rent concession will be transferred to profit and loss account. Okay. So write down, I'll dictate in simple terms. Otherwise institute language is little lengthy. Just listen to me and write. I will give you what is written here in summary form. So write down, Z will recognize lease concession in profit and loss account. In profit and loss account. Next line, write down entry, journal entry. Next line, journal entry. Lease liability account debit to profit and loss account. Lease liability account to profit and loss account. Next paragraph. Finance cost will be recognized. Finance cost will be recognized as per original lease liability sheet. Finance cost will be recognized as per original lease liability sheet. Next line, entry, journal entry. Finance cost account debit to lease liability. Finance cost account debit to lease liability. Next point, write down raw asset will be depreciated as usual. Raw asset will be depreciated as usual. Next line, journal entry. Depreciation account debit to raw asset. Depreciation account debit to raw asset. And one more point, write down. The raw asset will be tested for impairment. The raw asset will be tested for impairment. Raw asset will be tested for impairment. Okay. So this is what the practical expedient accounting will be happening. Since we have solved our question, you write down there, kindly refer question number 76. Kindly refer question number 76, where we have taken a numerical example dealing with the same situation. Is it right? Now we'll take one question number 85. Oh my God, this is July 2021 exam. So this kind of questions are being asked in exam also. TED entered into, and what the institute have done, all these questions that I have taken, they are merged into one query only, and just for 4 marks. That is so injustice. TED entered into a lease contract with lessor to lease 2000 square meter of retail space for 5 years. Similar like previous one, rentals are payable monthly in advance. Lease commenced on 1st April 19. In the year 2020, as a direct consequence of COVID-19, TED has negotiated with the lessor, which may result in the following situation. One, so one condition is COVID-19. Lessor agrees a rent concession under which monthly rent will be reduced by 30% per month for 12 months commencing on 1st October 2020. Similar question we have done. That was, I think, question number 82. Right here, similar to question 82. Homework. Part 1 homework. Part 1 homework. Same problem they have copied here. Can you do it? Are you mentioning they are similar to question 82, and you just have to change the figures there. In question 82, it was 50% reduction. Now it is 30%. That is institute style. Second, TED is granted a rent concession by the lessor, whereby the lessee lease payment for the period October 2020 to December 2020 are deferred. No problem. 3 months are added to the end of the lease term at the same monthly rent, assuming no substantial change. Similar to question number 83, write down homework, because they have just taken the same problem and just change the dates this time. Previous 83 was April 2020 to June 2020, and this is your October 2020 to December 2020. Otherwise, the basic structure of the question is same. Can you do it as homework? Have you mentioned their Homework question 83, same as question 83. Lessor offers to reduce monthly rental by 50% for the month October 2020 to March 2021. So it is before 30th June, but there is a problem on the condition that the space is reduced from. This is a new question. This is only new. 2000 square meter to 1500 square meter. So that means a reduction of 25% in the area. So 25% reduction is substantial. Who said beyond 50%? Reduction in the area we are talking. Reduction in the area, 25% is substantial. Is it right? But of course, that is judgmental. Analyze the given situation and comment on whether lessee is eligible for practical expedient. So I will give you answer of the third part. Okay. I will give you answer of the third part because A and B are exactly same answer. So write down answer of situation C. Answer of situation C. And in your question book, you write down situation A, B, C. C is classwork, A and B are homework. Right. The lessee notes the following. Last answer. The lessee notes the following. Firstly, the revised consideration in the lease is less than the original. A revised consideration is less than the original. That is the condition in paragraph 46BA, A in bracket, of Ind AS 116 is met. Second point, write down. Secondly, the rent concession only reduces lease payments originally due in 2020 that is before 30th June 2020. So condition in paragraph 46B, or just written, so condition of Ind AS 116 is met. Why you want to write paragraph number? So condition of Ind AS 116 is met. Thirdly, there is a reduction in the space by 500 square meter. That is 25% reduction. If the lessee assesses that, now this is a subjective answer, okay? If the lessee assesses that reduction of space would constitute a substantive change, so condition of Ind AS 116 is not met. Condition of Ind AS 116 is not met. The TED concludes that rent concession is not eligible for application of practical expedient is not eligible for practical expedient. Yes or no? So you can just add one more line here. If reduction in space is not considered as substantive change, is not considered as substantive change, then lessee can apply practical expedient. Then lessee can apply practical expedient. Then lessee can apply practical expedient. Written? One more line write down. One more line write down. Note. There is no explicit guidance. There is no explicit guidance on what is considered substantive. There is no explicit guidance on what is considered substantive. Judgment will be required. Judgment will be required. So by writing this, you have made your point clear. Because 25% is substantive or not is a matter of judgment, given the circumstances, etc. Okay. So now this answer is over. Now this chapter is over.